people belong to a certain caste, not class, caste. So they are, I mean, when they were born into that caste, their destiny was sealed, that they have to do the job according to their caste. For example, a person who is who was born into a Govigama class, they were destined to do farming. And likewise, all they were, the job was decided by the caste. And Rodiyas, they didn't have anything to do. They were not allowed to do any job. They were, they had to live by begging. So they were the lowest class. So this scene depicts that, I mean, all the women who are the wives, sisters, and the mothers of the conspirators. They are forced to come to Mahavali River, and they were given two options. Either you can marry a Rodiya, or you will be given to a Rodiya in marriage, or you can suicide by jumping into the Mahavali River. Most of the women preferred to commit suicide rather than going with the Rodiya, because Rodiya, the English translation for Rodiya is dust. They were not allowed to wear below their knees, and all the women has to live with open breast, or they were not allowed to cover their upper body. Many women choose committing suicide because they think it's the most dignified way to end their life. I think it took about more than 3 days to shoot this scene. Cinematographer Rajiv Ravi wanted to have these mountains and behind, and we built this set to capture, to give her the visual perspective of the Mahavali River. Actually, it was shot part of Mahavali River. We used two cameras. One camera was operated by Rajiv Ravi, and the other camera was operated by MD Mahindapala, who did most of my other films. So we have to wait for the proper light. Proper light means it's the kind of a dull light. So sometimes we waited for a whole day. From maybe we started at 8, because in Sri Lanka, you know, it's a tropical country, and the sun will be, rising soon, and it's on the top. On the top, it will be on the top after 9 o'clock. So we have to avoid that light and waited till 4:30 again to continue the shoot. So Dinara Punchiheva, who acts as a Tikiri, she was brave to do this scene, because many actresses whom I approached many years ago, most of them refused because of this scene. And Dinara bravely agreed to the scene, and I'm grateful to her. Though the society treated this clan and calling them human dust, they themselves believed that they are children of the sun. And they started the day by worshipping the sun. Actually, they were proud. They were proud about their ancestry, but they couldn't show it to the public or to the other members of the other caste or other society. So this is their private moment, worshipping the sun.
Nilbara kandan pita sakman karana liye nilbara lapira dandaliye nilbara telembu nen bahuratna
Which is one of the, favorite scenes of mine. Why? Because there are so many undertones in it. So in the scene, you may have heard just before that, there's a screeching sound of a bird. So Vijaya thinks that the girl will be, she will be terrified by the sound, or she will be awakened and then terrified. And he wants to show away the bird. What he does is, he say a few lines of this song. When I say song, I should explain that Rodiyas were never allowed to sing. And Sri Lanka, not like India, we didn't have a music. If you go to India, they have a traditional music, a classical music tradition called Ragadari Sangeet. But what we have is folklore in Sri Lanka. People sang these poems and songs while they're working, expressing the pleasure or the pain of the work. But here, Rodiyas were never allowed to sing. Not sing, actually. We call in our language Gaadi. It's English. I would like to translate it as a lament. While they were begging, they were allowed to say this lament. Vijaya, to show away the bird, he uses that lament. Mostly Rodiya women danced. They were allowed to dance, to show their dance to villagers and beg some food. And Vijaya he used that song, the song is praising the goddess. But what the subtext of the song is, he wants to attribute it to Tikiri. It's not praising only God, the goddess. It's praising the beauty of Tikiri. And the goddess is someone who is above, and he's requesting, come down. So it's, in a way, he's expressing his affection to this noble girl. Rodiya men doesn't dance, but he kind of copies the movement of a woman with the body language. And she understands. If you see the eye movement, she feels it. I must say it's a way expressing the love. It's unrequited love, and he's expressing it. When Tikiri sees her husband, she wants to say, I'm still living. And in her mind, up to now, she has never allowed the Rodiya man to touch her. And for her, seeks her want to say, I'm pure, I'm here, I'm living. But for the husband, his thought is, you should have sacrificed yourself, keeping your dignity. You are a disgrace. And that's why he asked to remove her. She betrayed him. It's based, all the mindset, the psychology is built on the caste system. Here I like the way Dinara, as Tikiri, how she used her eye movement. I feel it's when I see it again and again, there's a kind of water in her eyes. It's like watery eyes. So it's a begging. It's a begging. It's not challenging. It's a begging. But for him, it's a challenge. Again, to shoot this scene, I think we took about 4 days because it's a night scene. And the other thing is the light, as you mentioned. We had only two sources. One is moonlight, to create the effect of the moonlight, and use these campfires. So it limits you, but same time you want to see the faces. I mean, you cannot hide the facial expression because it's the climax of the film. So whenever there's a big scene, what we'll be losing is the inner beats of the character. We'll cover the situation or the incident, but we may lose all the minute details of the character. I mean, it's this scale of a production. I said it was not possible to mount easily. So so I was very much aware of this thing, that if I lose the beats, the character arc, the development, then the audience will lose the interest, or they will not accept what happens at the end of the film. While writing, I have this and a paper, so I can do it. But I'm doing this with army, so I'm satisfied that we achieved that the details.
So we're very thrilled that Gaadi is showing on CinemaWorld. I think it's a big moment for us as artists and also for Sri Lankan film to be featured on such a big channel. And I think it is a very exciting moment. So I invite everyone, if you haven't watched Gaadi in a cinema near you, now it is coming onto your screen. So please do watch it. It's a historical story, but it's a story about love and self-respect. So definitely tune in and watch Gaadi because we worked very hard, and I think it's a story you do not want to miss. And enjoy the film and let us know your thoughts.